All right. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Wherever you are watching this video at the moment. Top Networkers Group in the building. We welcome you, as always. For those of you who are here for the first time, just to get a couple of things out the way. Top Networkers Group was established in 2010. We are a network marketing organization. We are the first fifth wave network marketing organization, which means we're not tied to a company. We're not affiliated with any product or service per se. Our focus is on building the network and expanding that network to where we have people who are well trained, well educated, and are aware of things like what we're about to talk about today: how to spot scams, how to stay away from scams, and how we can clean up our industry of network marketing, which is full of scams and people who don't have the best morals. And it's okay, right? Look, network marketing, when I was introduced to it in 1999, used to focus on self-development, self-improvement, and I believe we've gotten far away from that. The internet was supposed to make what we do easier, better, smoother, faster, and unfortunately, network marketers have become lazier. So that brings me to BitConnect. A lot of people who are in BitConnect, a lot of the marketers who have helped lead the way for BitConnect are network marketers. And it's unfortunate because, once again, when BitConnect goes out of business, network marketing most likely is going to get the brunt of the blame. But as I've been telling people on this channel, for those of you who are new, feel free to watch what I'm talking about on here. So subscribe, check me out. For those of you who are new, the unfortunate reality is that people in network marketing have to be better. We have to be better. Like that is beyond a reasonable doubt for me. Just based on my experiences. Again, I'm a veteran. I've been in the industry since 1999. I spent 5 years with one company in the old days, pre-internet. So we had to go to meetings in order to get information. We had to travel to places. There was no sitting at home watching videos. YouTube was not out in 1999. YouTube didn't come out till 2005. So I had already moved out of network marketing by the time YouTube came along, by the time the internet started to speed up. So what I'm saying all this to you for is so you can understand who's talking to you, not to impress you, because there's nothing about me that's going to impress you. I just want to impress upon you, I am not some random guy with no experience or no expertise or no knowledge of what I'm saying. Right? There are scams in business. There are scams in life. There are specifically scams in network marketing. And what we're talking about today is big news, actually. Okay, big news. Bitcoin.com, as you're seeing here on the screen. This is not, again, some random news site. This is not Fortune. This is not Forbes. This is not CNBC, right? Or Fox Business calling BitConnect a scam. This is Bitcoin.com. That's major. The reason why is because they have no benefit in bashing other coins within the space. Bitcoin, most likely, again, I'm just going off of what I've learned from being involved in the industry, putting my money into the crypto space since December of 2016. What I'm understanding is Bitcoin benefits when other coins blow up. So they have no reason to go after a coin unless it is really a danger to the investor. Right? So please understand that for those who have not read this, and we're going to go through this article together, for those who have not read this, but you're following unscrupulous leaders in our industry who will tell you things like, you know what, I've always been in companies that get called scams. Well, maybe you're a scam artist. You ever think of that? Look, I know one personally who is a scam artist, and I've talked about this cat endlessly on my channel. Some people get mad at me for it. It's fine. But I'm doing it for learning lessons and teachable lessons, you guys. One of the reasons we started Top Networkers Group is because when I came into the industry, I fell into a network of people who just, again, They're typical of what we find in the industry today. They're not really working on themselves, right? So they are prone to low ideas like stealing people's downlines, leading people into scams so they can make money, upselling programs again so they can make money, right? They are selfish people within network marketing, and it's because they're not growing. They're not reading books. They're not even reading articles. They may do a video about this, but they won't actually come to the page and show you the article. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's get into it. The article is on Bitcoin.com. It's linked up in the description. There's also a previous video that I did. I'll show you guys that in a moment. I'll link everything up in the descriptions. From a day ago, November 5th. Okay? A closer look at how 3 of the biggest scam coins lure its investors. Run-ups, the kind Bitcoin is having in price and valuation, make fertile ground for scams. Scams are valuable and very teachable moments. I agree with that. You know, we can learn from a scam. We as business people can help others identify scams and avoid them. Again, that's the vision of Top Networkers Group. That's what we want. I want 10, 20, 100 people on my team who know what a scam is, so we can go out together and protect the industry from the BS, from the wolves, from the sharks, from the snakes. Right? Let's get back to it. Skin the game. By having plunked hard-earned cash down to see return on investments means vigilance and due diligence are musts. Scams immediately offend morality. Scams, taking advantage of people who trusted a business in integrity, are not okay. I will not for a second endorse such ways of doing business. Again, that's important. He's saying that there are lessons to be learned. There's nothing like putting your own money into it, right? When you put money into it, you're going to pay a whole lot more attention to it than when you don't. And yet, nothing about that is okay. Nothing about being scammed feels good, especially if you've been scammed before, right? Nothing about it feels good. Let's carry on. However, fraudulence is both an art and a science. You have to keep that in mind. That scam artists are going to scam you. They're going to say things to persuade you to remain faithful and loyal to them when truthfully they understand the art and the science of fraud. Look, it's worthwhile for investors and those enthusiastic about Bitcoin to examine bad actors in our midst. We do well by understanding their techniques. We do better by publicizing them in hopes of preparing the next person who might come across such an offer. Again, that's the same reason why I put people on blast in network marketing. Some people don't like that. Some people feel like, well, if I work with Al might put me on blast one day. Well, no, not if you're going to do something that is, immoral, or if you're going to do something that is disrespectful, something that needs to be put on blast, then you don't have to worry about it. Right? Because, again, we're Top Networkers Group, and we're not publicizing your personal life. That ain't got nothing to do with business. Right? Are you scamming people? Are you stealing folks' money? That matters. It has to do with business. But if you messed up when you were 20 years old or 30 years old, you made some mistakes in your life, that's not what we're about. But I'm telling you, that's the art and science part, right? Is you got people who play politics. That's what politics is all about. They use your dirt against you, or at least they try to, right? And unfortunately, people are susceptible to these tactics, these ploys. And this is why the education is so important, because when you're educated, the ploys don't get to you. Gossip doesn't get to you. They say gossip stops when it hits a grown man's or woman's ears, right? Scams don't get you. You can see it. You say, that don't sound right. Something about that don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna go with that one. It just doesn't sound like a legit business opportunity, right? And again, you won't know that without the education. So you know, you aren't going to get educated in this video. You have to be on a mission to be educated. You have to educate yourself daily. Let's go forward. Pictured, by the way, is Charles Ponzi, who Ponzi schemes are actually named after. Let's go into it. Scams are not coins or projects you personally find abhorrent or objectionable. Though it might be true, these are sometimes necessary but never sufficient conditions to label something a scam. So yeah, just because you don't feel good about it, I know I just said that, you know, it might not feel good to you. It doesn't necessarily always mean it's a scam just because you don't feel good. Again, that's where the education comes in. When you're educated, you don't just go off your feelings, you also go off of what you know. Okay? So again, if that were the case, Bitcoin would already be dust, right? Because again, a lot of people are still skeptical about Bitcoin. They don't know about this digital money stuff. So again, just the feeling alone isn't enough, right? But when you're educated, you get to understand it. Oh, okay, well now I understand how Bitcoin is money. I understand how it's proof of work. I understand that there's real value being created here. I understand the ledger. I understand you start to understand things when you get that education, right? So let's go back. If that were the case, Bitcoin would already be dust. Want to guess how many times a day someone who works in the ecosystem reads or hears the word scam? Instead, the kind of efforts discussed here can be considered circumstantial, as in maybe all the facts are not in yet. Important too, perhaps some of the people involved were not privy to certain amounts of information. It's often true in these matters the last ones to know are zealous believers. Okay? Believers. You believe, but you don't know. Right? Alright. Can there be a multi-billion-dollar fraud, one listed and quantified right before our eyes? BitConnect is a pretty great example of yes, there can. In about a year's time, it has become a coin and investment platform to watch, but not for the reasons its elusive founders and maintainers might want. BitConnect reads almost immediately as if the great-great-grandchildren of Charles Ponzi have taken to the old man's craft. Double-digit returns monthly. Guaranteed. This is always a word to watch for when you're looking for possible red flags and holes in a business opportunity. Words like guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing guaranteed in life are death and taxes. What could possibly go wrong? So here's a guy, Ponzi crypto coins, proudly calling himself BCC Ponzi. 1% interest compounded daily would make your 1,000 investment worth $50 million in 3 years. Does that sound sustainable to you? All right, look, this is a real question, right? Most likely, this BCC Ponzi guy isn't actually part of BitConnect. He's just sort of trolling BitConnect. More than likely, that's how Twitter works. But what also got me about this article is that Vitalik responded. Now, again, I hope if you're coming here watching this because you're in BitConnect that you at least know who Vitalik is. That's my hope. So I don't have to explain that part to you. I hope. Anyone in our space who's disrespecting the opinion of Vitalik, I'm telling you right now, you got to be very careful about following those people. You have to be very careful because their motivations are not pure. Vitalik is a genius, you guys. He looked at blockchain, he looked at Bitcoin and said, you know what, I like Bitcoin. It's got a few flaws. I want to do even more with it than what we're doing now. His Ethereum really has helped take this entire space to the next level. It's almost like Bitcoin was that first level. Ethereum has taken us to another level, and there are so many projects that are now coming and are on the horizon because of the innovation of Vitalik. So when Vitalik gets on Twitter and says, yeah, if 1% a day is what they offer, then that's a Ponzi. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't really need to argue, do we? Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to show you guys something real quick, and I'm going to come right back to this article. I actually put this video up last night, about 11 hours ago, as you guys can see. And this is the screen share that I promised you today. Already got 3 thumbs down, and I'm sure these are from people who are in BitConnect. And I'm sorry if you're in BitConnect and you've put your money in. Don't get mad at me, okay? That's not how you do this. That's not helpful for you. Again, this is education. Sometimes education is like a parent sitting you down and telling you some stuff you really don't want to hear, but you realize later your parent loves you. And that's why they told you those things. It was out of love. It really and truly was. It may not have felt like it in the moment because you wanted to put your money in BitConnect. But the parent knew better. The parent is like, no, don't do that. You want to do it though. So like a rebellious child, you don't like the advice. Some of you go and do it anyway. You get in trouble. You lose your money. And hopefully after you lose your money, you get enough sense to say, well, you know what? My daddy told me not to do that. I should have listened to my daddy. I should have listened to my daddy. Some of y'all need to understand that. And in business, some of y'all need some daddy. Some of y'all need some mentors. Some of y'all need some coaches. Some of y'all need some parents. That's the reality. I got them. If you're in business, specifically network marketing, and you don't have mentors and coaches that will tell you truth, not tell you what you want to hear, but truth, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to get around people that will be honest with you, and you need to respect the honesty when it comes. So this is what I put together last night for you guys. Again, I was just letting you know about it, but I wanted to let you guys know this ain't a new conversation for me. Okay? Let's go here. I'm pulling some up for you guys that is on the actual blog. Where I talked about just a couple weeks ago, October 26th, that BitConnect is the next Zeke Rewards. Now, how many of you guys in this space remember Zeke Rewards? I do. I remember so many people in network marketing who I fell out with because they were disrespectful of my opinion. I kept telling them the Zeke Rewards thing is not real, and they would respond to me as if I didn't know anything about business. You know, it's that same relationship, the parent and the child. They would get haughty and upset and accuse me of having an ego. How dare I position myself as a parent figure, as someone who knows something about this industry? Well, yeah, I've been in the industry since 1999. That means something. And not only have I been in the industry, I've been reading, I've been studying, and I've been getting mentored. That matters. All of it. Right? Because it sets me apart from the person who's just joining stuff, who's just signing up with stuff, who's just following people on YouTube because they flash cash at you. Ladies and gentlemen, I told people that Zeke Rewards wasn't going to last. It went out of business. And guess what people didn't do? They didn't come to me and say, Al, you told me that wasn't it, that wasn't the good move for me to make. You told me, right? Because I'm saying, unfortunately, not everybody respects their parents. Not everybody goes back to their parent and says, you know what, you were right. I should have listened. It's unfortunate, but it's also a sign of lack of growth. That is a growing sign or a sign of growth, of maturity, of actually learning a lesson to be able to say, you know what, I messed up. You know, and this is sort of why you have to be really careful about who you're following within this space, because some people who I've met, they are incapable of admitting mistakes. Look, Top Networkers Group hasn't always been right about every opportunity, but most of them we have. We've warned you guys about several opportunities that have gone out of business. People got scammed. And again, rather than coming to my channel to hit me with a thumbs down because you don't like what I'm saying, you might want to pay attention. you might want to pay attention if you want to stop losing money from falling for all this nonsense. Because you guys, again, I'm telling you, you're not reading. You aren't doing yourself a service as you should. You're not serving yourself as you should by not filling your mind with actual information, right? When television is on, are you watching a bullshit television show, or are you actually trying to educate your self? What are you doing with your time, right? So many of you guys, you're just joining stuff. You aren't changing, and that's not going to work for you. So again, feel free to read that, and you can also watch a video I went over just the other day as well, where I'm talking about BitConnect and GDI. Now, the reason why is because, again, both are using a multi-level marketing structure, right? So if you're looking at BitConnect and you like the idea of leverage, because, again, there's nothing wrong with the multi-level marketing structure. That's not where the problems come in. Problems come in where companies are trying to pay money they really can't afford to pay out, where you have products or services that don't live up to what they're supposed to actually be. This is when MLM becomes problematic. But there are several of MLM companies that are doing exactly as they promise. Their product and service does what they say it does. Their compensation plan is designed to where the company won't go out of business, and they're able to pay all of their marketers. Some compensation plans are actually smarter than others. That's the reality. But unfortunately, we live in a society with people who are addicted to new and brand new stuff, and so GDI is an old opportunity. They don't look at that and say, oh yeah, that looks like something I would like to get involved with. Instead, they see BitConnect is new, people are making money, they want to get in that right now. The problem is BitConnect is a scam. So you're going to lose your money. We don't know when, but it's coming. Okay? It's new, it's all this type of stuff, everyone's in it, that's great. But again, if everyone jumps off a cliff, are you going to jump off a cliff too? Right? Again, this is Top Networkers Group. We train and raise up leaders, not followers. In fact, the only followers we raise up are real leaders. That's going to catch some of y'all later. Because you see, a real leader knows how to follow first. And they understand who they're following. They're not going to just blindly follow somebody just because that's somebody that, flash some cash at them. No, they're going to follow people because they resonate with that person. They're looking for somebody who can teach them something, who can expose them to something, who can keep things real with them without leading them on or taking advantage of them. Those are your real leaders. They're following other real leaders, right? Most of y'all are just plain old followers, and you got to do better than that. You have to step your game up. So again, plenty of information is out here that has already been covered by our channel about whether or not BitConnect is a scam. Here's another gentleman who, again, has been within the crypto space longer than I have. He said it was a scam several months ago. Okay? And again, the more you look at it, you have two types of people. The ones who are promoting it and saying it's not a scam are either in it or really don't care how much money you lose. They're focused on themselves. The other side are people who are really looking out for all of the industry, who really don't want to see people get scammed. And we're just telling you guys the truth. This business model that BitConnect has is unsustainable. And since it's unsustainable, you will lose your money eventually. Okay? So be careful, proceed with caution. Let's get back to the article briefly, because again, most of what I've already told you, the bombshells or whatnot, I've already shared. But again, it's important for you to understand Bitcoin.com has there is no motivation to lie about this type of stuff, right? They're looking out for the entire space. And in order to make sure that people aren't losing money within our space, to make sure our space is legitimate, they're going to call out the scams within the space. right? Again, this isn't like Forbes calling network marketing the entire industry a scam. This is like a respected network marketing magazine, which gives props to quality network marketing companies coming out and telling the industry, hey, this company within our space is not safe, right? That's what's going on here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin.com is telling us these are not cryptocurrencies you want to be involved with. So let's finish this thing up. The rather odd fact here is this might actually be possible for a short time. Again, prices are skyrocketing, saving BitConnect from sure immediate disaster. Maybe there is a trading bot they've concocted, one capable of sloshing through 2017's frothy coin market. Simply download their proprietary risk-free software and watch the magic happen. At just above the $10,000 USD investment mark, they'll credit investors with a 25% return in a 4-month period, adding a cool 9,000 on top of the principal. Sign me up. I mean, right? This is too good to be true, you guys. The referral program is a classic pivot on which Ponzi works his wonders. Let's just say each gets a percentage of the newer investor's principal, which essentially bankrolls older returns in an otherwise sane market environment. Prices and mania are clouding this truism at the moment. BitConnect lives in that confusion. Think about that for just a moment. Let's go forward. Such people who innocently got in early on BitConnect scheme could be ginned up on crazy return schedules. A great many of them, I assume, have little to no investment experience. It is a perfect storm. Right? They're taking advantage of the ones who don't have education or experience. Let's go forward and close this thing out. The other two coins, because again, it talks about 3 coins, right? 3 scam coins. 1 coin. Now, I've covered 1 coin myself. Okay, again, let's go back to the channel. Let's show you guys right here 3 months ago. Okay, 3 months ago. And look, as you guys can see, there are thumbs down on these videos, of course. Folks are upset that that their little 1 coin is getting ran through by all the experts. But again, it is an absolute scam, man. And I want you guys to actually go read why it's a scam. Because I think that's important to you. I think you guys need to understand what actually makes 1 coin a scam. For me, I always noticed that it wasn't on, for example, any of the coin indexes. So for those of you who are looking at this screen, I hope that you've seen a site like this before. It wasn't on the coin indexes. I never could find 1 coin. Okay. What kind of throws people off though is that BitConnect is on these exchanges. BitConnect absolutely has had a good run. Okay, they have positioned themselves to look legitimate, and until they actually go out of business, it's hard to really say for sure that they're a scam. However, all signs are pointing to it. Out of all the coins in this space, that's the top 100 right here that I'm going through right here. Let's go to the next page. Okay, we got 200 more right here. So 200 total right here. Out of these 200 coins, let's go to this 3rd page over. Out of these 300 coins, Bitcoin.com decided to say BitConnect was a scam. I want you guys to think about that for a moment. Let's go to page 4. 400 some coins here, and they're calling BitConnect a scam. Why? Why not BitDice? or Polybius, or Skincoin, or Life? Why not call any of these scams? Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because these coins are all following what Bitcoin does, what Litecoin does, what Ether does. They have regular business models that have been proven to not be scams, that have proven to actually be money, be currency. We really don't know what BitConnect is. And while the value of a BCC right now is pretty high, what happens when they go out of business? And that token crashes all the way down to 0.00001 or something. Um, will people be savvy enough to move their money? Can they move their money into the market? Because this is what we've been telling you guys since I really started getting into the industry. Put your money directly into the market. Again, I have a couple of videos. I'm just going to show you. This is just to show you that I haven't just started talking about this stuff. This isn't something I've been, you know, uh, you know, making up recently, right? Here I am talking about iCoin Pro. I haven't heard much out of iCoin Pro. It was one of those educational platforms, again, network marketing based, where people are going to pay $30 a month to learn about crypto, right? So you're going to recruit three people. They pay $30 a month to learn about crypto. Well, to me, that's a waste of money. $30 times 12 months is $3,600 that could have been put into the market. And who knows what your $3,600 could do for you in a year. I'm be real with you. Some of you guys would double, triple, quadruple that investment in a year with the crypto. And that's if you'll be smart enough to go beyond the schemes and the Ponzi's and the get rich quicks. And that's really and truly what BitConnect is. They're trying to lure you in on the promise of 1% daily gains, of daily income. They're really fooling so many of you guys who have no experience in this industry or with investing. Again, that is classic scheme, fraudulent conversation, and you guys need to be careful of that. So, all right, you guys. Long story short, here it goes again. Avoid Icon Coin Pro. I mean to call it Icon, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So you guys can see this isn't some brand new stuff. But okay, that's sort of what they say about this one coin is they sort of position themselves as an educational course, which they do. You buy packages and you're supposed to get some coin, but again, no white paper, no actual coin, no ledger, right? And this company specifically, last I checked, the founder was under investigation. They're trying to arrest everybody. BitPetite, last one, BitPetite has gone out of business. Okay, gone out of business. The .co, I believe it was .co. May have been .com. But it is gone though, you guys. It does not exist anymore. And unfortunately, I actually know a couple people who are novice investors that put some money in the BitPetite. So it's a shame. Okay, I don't see that loading up. So one of the things you guys again need to keep in mind. Let's go to another list here. Okay, this is another list that I like. This is Coin Market Cap. And yeah, people are actually advertising BitConnect on this page right now. It's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. People can be in a scam and advertise a scam. There's nothing against that. Again, the thing is that you have to be educated enough not to fall for it. So, again, here's another list where once again you can see a bunch of coins are listed here, and none of them are being called out by Bitcoin.com. Okay, it's not like Bitcoin.com is really running around calling every other coin a scam. It's not what they do, you guys. So if anyone tells you that, oh, I've been called a scam before, that might be a scam artist. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you at the top. Top Networkers Group.